What is up? It is Zane here. Today I'm here with
Ellie Boyd.
and we're gonna be reacting to Slipstream. Let's go! Hey! This is a beautiful harmonic wave already. So you're the owner of Cybergrunge and you created Slipstream?
Yeah.
Alright, so what are the secrets behind this synth? Ooh!
The presets on it, like you'll do something good with the presets.
I mean, this bell is beautiful. I love the aesthetic too.
Uh
It's like fantasy vibes for me.
yeah, kind of like Legend of Zelda or something, like the like more modern Legend of Zelda games, but then also like old like Game Boy RPGs.
You did all the art yourself?
Yeah.
Ooh. So what are like the main secrets behind this? Like, was it made to specify in some type of thing?
So it actually started as like a kind of fucked up and stupid concept, which was that the waveforms wave 1 and 2 are actually really tiny samples of like just a random waveform, and then because what I use is synth edit, and there's other things people use to make synths, but I just like synth edit because it's really janky, and I like jankiness. And like one of the cool janky things with synth edit is that if you use the wave player to do wavetable synthesis and then try to do frequency modulation and have a waveform modulate another waveform, because of like the weird inefficiencies in the way that synth edit's like waveform player works, it
Mhm.
like distorts the harmonics in a really weird way.
So it's making weird waveforms basically?
Yeah, and then the mod knob is like the modulation amount.
Where's the mod knob? This thing right here?
Yeah.
So is like when you're spinning this knob right here, what is it doing exactly? Going through the waveform or
Yeah, so basically I think what I used was just maybe a quarter of a second long for each wave, which like in terms of wavetable synthesis is pretty long. But the it's just kind of random like waveform. So depending on the pitch or frequency you set it to, it'll cycle through a bunch of really weird waveforms along that one sample.
dang, these sounds are amazing. What is the sky knob right here? Is this like
That's just for reverb.
yeah. And then what about the SRC and the Q at the bottom right? What is this area? It looks cool, like a little stamp almost.
Yeah, so those ones are uh the so there's the LFO and the form on the left side.
Bottom left right here.
Yeah, and then the SRC like changes. Well,
Ooh.
actually,
Whoa! You can completely change up the sound. And then is this Q right here?
yeah, that's just I forget what those actually are. Let me pull up the actual project file.
The behind the scenes file. Yeah, let me see you
Yeah, I
use it
don't.
now. I had a lot of fun. I see my sound in it kinda, like that death vibe, but also beautiful at the same time. How long have you been into synthesis stuff?
Well, I first started using Synthedit in like 2006 or 7, long time ago. Like I remember when it was a new thing, and it's kind of one of those things like it's sort of notorious because like a lot of really low effort, crappy synths come out of it because, like, that's how things are, I guess, with visual programming languages. I don't know. Like, but I don't know. There's also certain things like there's these plugins by this guy named HG Fortune that are just insane, and they're made with synth edit. And so, like, a lot of the people who are like, oh, synth edit is, you know, crappy for amateur, like, people who make no effort crappy stuff. Like HG Fortune made this plugin called Wheel of Fortune that is like, you can make like an entire song with this one plugin, and it has like drum tracks built in and algorithmic melody generators built into it, and like just it's insane. And then one of my other favorites of stuff built with synth edit is these plugins by this guy Jack Dark that are effect plugins, and they're just general like fuck shit up like stuff, but they're really well done. And some of them I don't even know how they work. He released the source files for them a really long ass time ago. There's a few other ones that really influenced me. Psychic Modulation is another synth edit plugin producer that I was really into. They have a few synths, and they have an effect called Reception that's pretty good.
Never heard of that.
It's just like a weird ring modulator mixed with a like very short, like metallic kind of delay modulator. So that's a good one. I'm just trying to go through and like give shout outs to my favorite like synth edit plugins, because especially in the past 5-10 years it's really fallen off. I think mainly because of Reactor, which Reactor is cool, but I don't know, like I don't want to give fucking Native Instruments my money.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, I'm on the synth edit wave right now. That's what my next synth is going to be built on, so I'm interested in it.
Oh, there's some really insane ones by this company Xen, that's XEN, and they make mainly like wavetable synths and like sound font loaders. But the cool thing about them is that they figured out a way to have microtonal tunings for their plugins. But they also have one called Zen FMTS2 that is a pretty like standard frequency modulation synth.
What are microtonal tunings? What is that?
So, you know, just like instead of having 12 notes per octave, you'll have like 13 notes per octave or 20 notes per octave or something like that. It's really hard to compose stuff with that, but something that I like nerd out about because I just like the idea of using different tonal systems in general. It sounds wrong and bad if you're not used to it, but it's something that I like. I also like to like mess around with music. Like all my music is designed to like make people be like, what the fuck is going on? And so like I like to like fuck with the person listening in that way, where like sometimes I'll throw in like microtonal tunings or like have things shifted by like a really weird interval.
Can you show us some stuff? I want to see some art. I want to see you make some stuff right now if that's cool. Don't tell me you're in FL Studio 1998 right now.
Oh yeah.
What?
FL Studio 10.
How do people
That's
do
what I
this?
use. I literally been using it since I was like 15, so...
Oh.
And every time there was a new version, I was like, hell no. Okay, I'm gonna try and put audio out from FL Studio and let me know if it works. That is fucked. I have no idea why.
So you've made a lot of plugins. I've made videos on Seal, Abacus, WSign Synth. I loved those plugins though. I made some fire art because they made me feel some emotion. That's what I always look for in plugins, like, you know, unique vibes and just the love behind it.
I don't know how you would put emotion into a plugin, but like that's what I try to do, I guess. Like I don't know how you would say to do that. Oh shit.
The
FL
stream
crashed.
No. Is your computer fucking 80 years old too?
My computer, it's probably like 10 or so. Like it's a ThinkPad X220. It's pretty old. I got it for like $80.
A ThinkPad
Used,
gang.
like, yeah. I mean, it's insane though. Like the reason I'm having crashes right now is just because Discord fucking sucks and Firefox fucking sucks. And they're just like absolute shit applications that I don't know were designed by people who fucking hate people that use computers.
All right, is it time? I have so many questions.
Yeah.
But let's see the demo.
Okay.
Ooh, so this is Rhyzone. This is deadly. A lot of movement. So what the heck is Rhyzone? Is that a bass plugin?
No, it's for like everything. Here, I'll show you through the presets.
Okay. It is a dream come true to get this demo from the developer themselves, though. This is crazy! Whoa. I don't know if I've ever heard basses like this. They're attacking you though. You have crazy filter editing too. 3 main filter shapers. Ooh. Extreme harmonics. There's still some electricity in it even. It feels alive. There's even beauty. Even experimental. It's modulating. Wow. Oh! Can't tame this. I feel the power. It's like desolate love. Fat bass. Infinite. Oh, I went to a different world.
Oh, I guess I have one more preset with it that is like kind of a flex, because it uses velocity mapping.
Hey. Yup.
Yeah, so that one,
Oh, that was so good. I need
the
this.
velocity mapping is pretty crazy when you do it. So these parameters, like in the kind of middle of it, you have velocity mapping for the 3 cutoff frequencies of the filters, as well as for the gain of the wave shapers. And the concept for Rhyzone, which like honestly is one of the things I use a lot for my own music, like a lot, is like 3 oscillators, but I wanted to make it semi-modular so that you can route stuff through 3 different filters and 3 different wave shapers, and you also have 3 different waveforms. I guess there's a lot of 3s in it, but like you have 3 waveforms of 3 different oscillators that can route through 3 wave shapers and 3 variable filters with 1 through 3 pole, low pass, band pass, or high pass. And the cool thing about it that I really is kind of like one of my tricks for my synths for really interesting textures is if you run something through a key mapped filter and then into a wave shaper, I don't know, it just comes up with a really weird texture that is hard to explain, I guess. But you can route all of the oscillators in series or in parallel, or bypass the filters altogether if you just want a clean sub bass or like a, just clean signal. And it has all the envelope modifiers for cutoffs, gains, and then the wave shaper has these different wave shaping algorithms that I put together. And then you can also change the order of the filters, whether they're going in series or parallel. And then you have 2 LFOs that are either tempo synced or not. And then some basic chorus and reverb effects down here at the bottom. And then that's also where you map the key tracking for the filter cutoffs. So it's pretty extensive, but I tried to like put it into a form where everything is pretty easily accessible.
Yeah, it's definitely one of a kind, and I
Um,
like the unique features in it with the velocity stuff and all the unique filters in it. That acid preset, I don't think I've ever heard anything like that. I really want to make, cause I'm cooking up a death techno album kind of thing, so I want to use this for some acid. Like this is gonna be crazy, or just any crazy bass line. I feel like would be good in here.
Yeah, it's really good for bass lines, but really like it can. I mean, you have a full sweep of 5 octaves per oscillator. I've even gotten like I have some presets here, like I have a saxophone sounding one and like a cello, and then I have like higher pitched lead synth sounds. I think actually here's the one of the more fucked up experimental ones that you saw was the kind of percussive one.
Oh yeah. That was crazy.
At the beginning.
I don't know how the heck that is even happening.
I'm trying to think how I did that.
That's with waveforms?
That's just with basic like square. I have a preset right here. This is the one, and it has a square, a ramp. It looks like the ramp waveform is really high up, so that's probably what. And then it is amplitude modulating the first filter that has a really high resonance, and that is probably what's causing the kind of random seeming sounds, is that aliasing of the amplitude modulation of that bandpass filter.
Well, I really love this plugin. Thank you for showing that demo. Is there any last secrets in this thing, or in any of your plugins? Do you put any like Easter eggs in anything?
Oh god, I'm trying to think. I was trying to put one actually into Rhyzone, but it didn't work out because of the way that text is rendered via Synth Edit. But yeah, I don't know. I just like the main thing is you should use the plugins on FL Studio 10. A 32-bit version of it.
Yeah.
For the full experience of retro, pretend it's 2007, and you're producing like fucking music for some net label on MySpace. That's the vibe for me.
Dude, do you even know about the synth I made?
What you
Valentine's
did?
Day, I released Weed Synth. It's free, dude. It's so like it's actually fucked up. There's like a pipe, like I don't know. It's bad. But anyways, okay. I'm gonna take a break too. Fuck it.
That's awesome.
Okay, wait, hold on.
It's like the sausage fattener.
No, it's worse. It's worse than all of them. Okay, but I have some serious questions about Cybergrunge. I mean, it's a website. Is that what you call it, or a company? Is both, right?
Yeah, no, it's a non-profit.
Organization.
Yeah, but I mean, I go through Open Collective, which is like for just small time like collectives. I do a shit ton of stuff. I code all the JavaScript, HTML, PHP for the website, and then I do like the synths, and then also my music. Like I've released like over 300 albums now.
Damn.
You know, because I've been doing stuff since I was like 15 or whatever.
So you're experienced.
Yeah, I started doing cybergrunge.net because I like that old net label vibe, because I grew up with MySpace net labels, you know.
I don't know.
Before Facebook, before like all there was MySpace, and like it was like I'm making electronic music in my parents' basement, and like I want to share it with the world and put up a MySpace page, or what were some of the other old ones? There was a ton of old. I wasn't really on Tumblr much, actually. I feel like kind of a poser, but then again, I'm kind of too old for Tumblr. That was like past my generation, because I was back on Pro Boards forums, which is old shit.
So how do you get most of your synth information? Like, what got you to this point? like with everything? Do you read a lot or watch a lot of videos or just have the creative ideas and then execute on it?
Yeah, with synths, it's like a lot of it is just inspiration from other people and trying to like. I really use Citrus a lot in FL Studio because there's so many different options you can do, and it's basically like you can just build anything with it. But there's certain things that I can't do with it, or that I wish were easier to do. So a lot of my synths are, I have a specific track I want to make, and I need a synth that will work for that track or like that album or project or something. So I will make it so that it's like easier for me to do.
That's kind of how I like to do my stuff too. Like, it needs to have a purpose that I'm trying to fulfill. Like, my next one is like a laser themed because I want to have like crazy blaster sounds in my music. So, like, I want to make a synth for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, too, there's not a lot of, I mean, and also with the thing with me making so much stuff all the time is like, the more stuff that you put out there, the better, in my opinion. Like, a lot of people will look at my stuff and they'll just be like, this is too much, I'm overwhelmed, I can't, like, where do I start? Like, and I'm just like, dive into it, like, just, you know, pick something random and see if you like it. Like, I don't know.
Are you trying to get rich off this industry, or have you already made it? Like, what are your future plans for everything with Cybergrunge in your life?
Oh yeah, for sure. I fucking have made it. I'm on disability, so I can't earn any income. Otherwise, I'll get fucked.
Oh damn.
Out of my disability, and I sure as hell can't hold down a job for more than like 6 months. So that's not gonna work out too much. But yeah, like in terms of music and art, like it's kind of cool because like the industry is fucking dead. Like, but it's kind of cool because it's liberating in that sense of like, put out an album on Bandcamp, you can fucking put merch up on Teespring or whatever. Like, you can be a clothing designer, you can be whatever, you can have prints made of your artwork, and like, you can do anything you fucking want. But in the same sense, like, that's liberating, it's also like, there's no such thing as like a rock star anymore. There's no such thing as like a one like genius singular artist anymore.
I mean, I'm trying to take over the industry, but at the same time, it's like, how crazy of art can I make before it's like too controversial, I guess? Because Cybergrunge is different than a lot of the industry. Like, there's plugins like Freak Show Industries who are also pretty like crazy compared to what's normally accepted.
Well, yeah, with plugins, it's like, you know, and with synths, when I started making synths and selling like physical synthesizers and selling those on Etsy. And like, that's a good way to make money. But being a musician, that's a fucking stupid ass idea. Do not do that if you want to make money. It will not fucking work out unless you're like really lucky or really dedicated. And like, in terms of being a painter, like, I don't know,
Tough now.
unless you're like, you know, a 21-year-old girl in art school that like knows which galleries the cokeheads in your town, the coke dealers in your town go like run. Don't think about being a painter or an artist, you know.
Yeah, no, life is definitely going in an interesting direction. I mean, the technology in general is going crazy. Like, I'm trying to be at the front end of the sound design industry. Like, do you see any crazy predictions for like where you see synthesis in the future, or where you see just sound design in general in the next, you know, 10, 100, whatever?
Oh, that is a good fucking idea. You know, the one thing that is not it is AI generated shit. That is not it. That fad is going to be over so goddamn fast. And it's like all this stuff, these fads with the AI and the like metaverse shit. It's like, we already did this in the 90s. Nobody gave a shit. Like, they did for like a few years, and then they were like, okay, this is fucking boring, whatever. Like, I don't know. I think like really the future is that sort of more decentralized, like just culture emerging, where because more and more people are starting to realize, I want to express myself and I feel like I have something important to express. Yeah, I definitely think with synths and sound design in general, like I don't know, there's just so many people with this sense like I want to fucking scream. Like I want to fucking scream. Like everything that's in my head and like that energy goes out and it's interesting because that's not how things have been done the past decade or two in terms of anything. It's all been very slow, methodical, by the books.
Professional
So I
almost.
think, yeah, just professional and this whole concept of like how to be professional and how to produce music good and
I
like,
don't like that.
you know, yeah, that shit like because it's true like you can make something that sounds like that it's going to be a radio hit or whatever, but that's not a thing anymore. There's no such thing as fucking radio hits anymore. Everybody listens to some fucking genre that 10 other people have heard of that they found out about on some Discord group. Like we're all fucking like hyper hipsters now. Like no, there's no such thing as a radio hit. So there's no point in producing music that sounds like a radio hit. I don't
Yeah,
know.
at
At
this
least
point, I'm just trying
that's
to
what I
make what
think.
I like. But even that is hard because even like you're still making plugins to fit your needs. Like, there's still so many things that in this industry are like not even there yet, or just new filters. I don't know. I want to experience new plugins. That's what I want in the future, and I want to make music in different ways. Like, I'm kind of sick of MIDI and being stuck in a DAW. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess I haven't thought about it much. That is interesting though. It's hard though because it's kind of like, you think about painting, it's like being like I want to invent a new color, and it's like, well, there's only so many colors, you know.
Yeah.
So,
That's where I'm getting crazy with my art because it's like I'm sick of hearing the same thing everywhere and just like I need something different for myself. So that's the
yeah.
journey right now. I was wondering, are you working on any new plugins right now, or like, do you have any secret sneak peeks of upcoming stuff?
Yeah, I do. I have, well, let me check what I have released on the website right now because I haven't checked in a second.
Just wondering though, do you have a lot of friends in this industry, or do you keep mostly low key? Like, are a lot of your projects solo, or do you like collaborate with a lot of people?
I don't know. I've been told that I seem unapproachable.
Hmm.
Yes. So I don't work with a lot of people really. And
Yeah, you were more chill than I expected.
yeah, no, I fucking am, but the people like think that I don't know what the fuck people think. They think I'm like intimidating and scary or something. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like a fucking dork. I don't know. I just really like Rhyzone is like the big thing that like
Did it take a
that's that's
while to make
that's the
that?
big thing. Yeah, it took a long time because you also have to consider not only like getting the flow of it together, but then tweaking the parameters, so that knobs don't go too high or too low on stuff, and
Uh,
coming up with the interface for it was there was a few difficult parts too when like some of the like drop down lists and stuff and the different sub menus also got kind of annoying to do, but it took a long time to make too, and it's kind of been a culmination of like all the synths I've been working on for a while.
what about the art behind it? Was that easy to make for you? Like, is Synth Edit crazy when it comes to art stuff?
It's pretty simple, but like for Slipstream, I made all that stuff from scratch, all the controls and everything. And then for Rhyzone, I have like the main knob, I just, took because I found it online. But then like the sliders I made for Rhyzone and also the digital display knobs that go 0 through F. I made those, but I don't know. It's kind of, synth edit is synth edit. Like it's janky, and the guy who made it is not, I don't think, very dedicated to making a bunch of like crazy improvements to it or anything. So it kind of just, but that's also why I like it, because it's like familiar and I know what to expect from it.
So are you gonna
But
be
yeah.
more on the plugin route in the future or hardware stuff? Because I know you've made a lot of real life synthesizers. I have zero experience or any knowledge really about that.
I don't know. Lately, the past like few months, I've been not focusing on synths really at all. I've just
What?
been focusing on making my own music.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And using like the synths that I made to do that. But like, so now it's kind of like, I spent all this time working on the synths, so now I get to make music with
Yeah.
them. So yeah,
That's sick.
yeah, I've also just like had insane shit going on in my life
Mhm.
for like 3 or 4 months now. So I'm just trying to chill and just do as like low stakes stuff that just like feels good to do.
Well, I'm thankful for all the plugins and for Cybergrunge, so I'm excited for the future if we get any crazy new stuff.
Yeah, the newest stuff. Mainly I just been making a lot of changes to the website. A lot of like making the upload process easier and making the interface a little bit more, I don't know, inviting to people. Like I've been doing a ton of like very minor code stuff for the website to just make it run better. That was a big thing that I've been working on in the past few months. But it's not something that you go to the website and you're like, oh, holy shit. It's more just like, I got to do this one thing because like a couple months ago, this one person had a thing where they were like, hey, I can't do this, or like this is broken. And then I was like, well, okay, yeah, I guess I should put that on the to-do list of things that I need to fix or whatever. So
Developer life.
yeah.
Well, thanks for talking to me and exposing some synth secrets and everything about Cybergrunge is sick. Any last anything? Is there any crazy Cybergrunge website secrets? I feel like there has to be one button you click that like takes you into fucking something.
There's
Oh.
there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on there. Like I'm not gonna say like what the stuff is, but there's a lot of like just weird shit on there.
Like art stuff?
Yeah.
Did you want to say the outro maybe?
Oh yeah. How do we do it?
I don't really have a nice outro. The only thing I say is like hopefully you enjoyed Chase Your Dreams no matter what. But you can say whatever you want right now.
Dude, yeah. Chase your dreams.
I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
All right. Bye bye.